Hey Money Guy family, it's your host Brian Preston with Mr. Bo Hansen. Here we are coming to you with the hashtag Ask the Money Guy series.
You guys have questions, and we want to be able to dive into those questions. You can obviously listen to our long shows, you can listen to our mini episodes, but we wanted to be able to engage with you a little differently. So if you have any questions at all, go out to your favorite social, hit hashtag Ask the Money Guy, and let us answer your questions.
It's Brian Preston, the Money Guy.
You know, Brian, we recently did this Tesla series where we walked through into this deep dive on the Tesla Model 3. And some of our longtime fans kind of reached out and said, whoa. Brian, the money guy, bought a Tesla Model 3. I thought you were Tightwad. How do you Tesla's kind of a luxury car. How do you justify being good with money, being a Tightwad, and buying a Model 3? And so we started thinking about that, and we started really doing some self-evaluation saying, are we still Tightwads or has it kind of changed? Has it kind of morphed a little bit?
I definitely feel like my credentials have been challenged. I mean, but I want everybody to know I am the guy. High school, I really did master the $7 date. You knew if you were dating Brian, it was more for the fun of the experience, not for the money that was going to be spent on you. If you're wondering, by the way, how do you do a $7 date? It's called a $1 movie. It's called going to Taco Bell for 3 tacos back when they were like $1.50 to $1.75. And then also we go to Far More to pick up that movie candy as well as to get the quarter Cokes out of the Coke machine.
Ladies, he's a happily married man. Calm down. I know with that level of romance, it's hard, but I'm sorry.
Good times. College, I was known as the guy that always had coupons in my wallet. Coupons, whatever you want to call it. But here's the thing. I have been challenged because, and I have to confess, the way I look at money has evolved.
Sure.
You know, now I still view it as a very valuable resource. It's not to be wasted.
Right.
But I don't know that I'm fully tightwad like I was in high school and college. But we wanted to share some of the 5 ways that some tightwad habits we haven't let go of. But here's the thing I want you to do with your own life when you hear these things. You're going to be like, those are a little extreme, but yes, they tie into a deeper concept that we want to kind of go into. So number 1, Bo.
Yeah, so the very first thing we said is and by the way, we've kind of ordered these in how impactful they can be in your financial situation, right? And so the number 5 thing that we said that's a tightwad habit or a frugal habit we just haven't been able to let go of is ordering water at restaurants when we go out to eat.
Yeah, and I think this is when I order water at a restaurant, I already feel like I'm doing something nice just by the sheer fact that we're going out to eat.
Sure.
So when you do where are the profit centers for these businesses? Coke and soft drinks and things like that, is definitely a huge profit center because you can go buy a 2-liter for 99 cents and they're selling me 1 fountain drink for $3.
That's right.
I don't see a big cost to fund ratio.
Sure.
So for me, it's not being upsold. If I was trying to tell you what's a teachable concept that you can apply in your life is, if you're already doing something nice, don't let somebody tack on a bunch of extras that upsell you and slide that cost of enjoying that even higher. Now, I do want to give one caveat. When I have a good day, or I feel like I was very accomplished, I will sometimes reward myself on a Friday night or something with a Dr. Pepper or something like that. But there has to be kind of that reward for hard work done.
So don't let your costs creep. That's number 5. All right, so number 4, and this one, this one might be the Brian Preston specialty.
Oh, no.
Whenever you shop online, whenever you go to purchase something,
shopping ninja skills.
If you see a box there that says coupon code or promotion, you feel like that is speaking directly to you.
They don't put those boxes there for nothing. I feel like I would be neglecting that coupon or promo code box if I didn't at least, at a minimum, go to Retail Me Not or Google it or try to figure out if there's a coupon code. And what this goes in, because Bo, we've talked about this, I do the same thing with credit cards. I hyper-focus on trying to maximize using the shopping portals. By the way, if you haven't gone and viewed our shopping ninja skills, go out to YouTube, check that out.
That's right.
I think you'll be, highly pleased with the skill set that we provide for you. But a lot of people are also troubled. They're like, why would you spend so much time on something that would save you $10?
Sure.
Well, here's the teachable moment for you. I view every dollar as a resource. So if your money can go 3 to 5% further than your peers, guys, over a lifetime, that is tremendous.
That's right. That's exactly
So
right.
that's why I want you to think about this as a resource. And there's nothing wrong with taking an extra 3 minutes, 5 minutes, if it saves you $20 or $10 or free shipping, which could equate to $10,
That's right.
I think those things definitely add up over time, and that's why it's not a lost opportunity for me.
So in like most things, if you're willing to go the little bit further, the little bit extra, you'll be rewarded for that.
That's exactly
the big,
right.
big takeaway there. All right, number 3, right, and this is a big one that I'm sure just wins you all kinds of awards at the house, at the home front, is buying store brand versus buying name brand.
Oh, we've added speed bumps on this road. That's new. That is brand new for the school year.
This video is about to get kind of interesting.
You're going to see we hit a speed bump here, and I'm like, they've added speed bumps on this road. But yeah, store brands, I grew up with store brands. I mean, it is one of those things where you bought your laundry detergent where you put in a blue shirt and it comes out a light blue shirt because the store brand, kind of quasi bleached it.
Sure.
But, and the same thing, toilet paper, other things. I have learned, I have learned with store brands that what it protects you, if you're thinking about store brands, it allows you as the consumer to figure out what is actually hype or somebody who's marketing to me on the brand versus actually somebody who's got a value add or a premium that is worth paying extra.
That's right.
The examples, like if you read Stop Acting Rich and Act Like,
Start acting like a true millionaire.
True Millionaire. That was another Dr. Stanley book out there. He talks about the behavior of successful people. And one of the things is don't get caught up in disposable clothing. Like if you have a shirt that's going to be like undershirts and undergarments and things like that nobody's ever going to see and they wear out rather quickly, that's somewhat disposable and you should not spend a ton of money on. But like a pair of shoes, a fancy pair of shoes that you can resole the shoes, not resoil, but resole the shoes.
Once they're resold, you can go get some resoil back on them.
And get a decade of use on. You might want to spend a little bit extra money on a brand, a premium brand that's known for having a history of being successful and lasting and durable. That's where it does make sense to spend a little bit of extra money. But there's nothing wrong with store brands. But in Bo, we talked about this when doing show prep.
Yeah.
Organic vegetables or fruit that has, like a banana has a protective wrapping on it. So it doesn't matter if it's organic or if they're spraying anything in the world on that. It's probably not going to make a difference whether it's organic or not.
Yeah, I'm sure we're going to get some, by the way, we're going to get some feedback.
Consumer Reports did a whole series on this. And I eat very clean, but we are going to get trashed for that. But that's okay.
But, I think the big life lesson takeaway from this is understand value. Understand where you place value. And don't buy into the hype. Right. Don't get sold something simply for the sake of getting sold something.
That's exactly
know what you're buying and know why you're buying it. So that was number 3. All right, number 2. This is a big one, and this one, it's like watching a young child on Christmas morning.
Oh no!
Deferring purchases until certain special times of the year.
This is without a doubt one of the biggest life lessons I tell people is, it's not only your consumer purchases. But the biggest concept when I go speak to high school students, middle school students, at schools is deferred gratification is what brings you long-term success. If you can conquer that concept early, guys, you're setting yourself up for just becoming an empire builder. And the same thing happens. I mean, if you don't know, sir, you ought to pay attention. If you have a major purchase like mattresses, vehicles, exercise equipment, luggage, there's usually an ideal time of the year to buy that stuff. So pay attention to trends. Also, pay attention to Thanksgiving with the Black Friday, and that comes out Prime Day. I mean, man, we get really excited about Prime Day. So it's all goes to the concept of getting great value, and also tickles a little bit on that concept of deferred gratification that is so powerful in the long term.
Yeah, I think the big life lesson takeaway here is that things that are worth having are worth waiting for.
That's exactly
and sometimes
right.
waiting can even reward you. All right, so that was number 2. All right, so number 1, this was the biggest. We think that this one has the most applicable use in terms of impacting your finances, but we're going to have to get there. Cutting your own grass.
This is one. I haven't always followed this one, but as I've gotten older, I've realized I kind of appreciate cutting grass. But it is one of those things where it makes me think of that commercial with the gentleman that's on his riding lawnmower, and he's like, "Don't you love my beautiful house? Don't you love my beautiful car? And then he goes, but I am miserable and broke, because he's talking about how he's got all this debt and everything else. And we've done a series, Bo, on keeping up with the Joneses.
That's right.
Go check that out and look at it if you haven't seen it. But we talk about the spending of people and the trying to avoid the pressure of keeping up with your peers.
That's right.
And I think cutting grass, if you enjoy it, do it. Don't feel like just because everybody else in your neighborhood has a grass cutting crew,
That's right.
doesn't mean you should. Now, I do have to pick on Mr. Bo here. Bo, I thought that I was cheap, but I found out you and your next door neighbor actually share lawn equipment.
Yeah, so here's the deal, right? In my neighborhood, they're not huge pieces of land, so all of our yards are relatively small. So, one, I couldn't justify paying someone to cut it because, it'll take you 45 minutes to cut, weed, edge, and read a book for 15 minutes. I mean, it's that size yard.
It's a small yard.
And so when we first moved in, it's a brand new neighborhood, brand new house. I went to my neighbor and I said, hey, look, I need to buy a weed eater, a blower, an edger, all these different tools, but it doesn't make sense for me to buy that. Why don't we just go in together? We'll split it. Whenever you need it, you grab it. Whenever I need it, I grab it. If there was ever a sign of not keeping up with the Joneses, it was that, because I'm basically just partnering with the Joneses next door. So I think the big life lesson there is don't get caught up in appearances. Don't worry about how you look to other people. Worry about making decisions that allow you to be you.
I think all these things illustrate to me, Bo, is that we might be spending a little bit extra on creating memories,
Sure.
traveling, and doing things that we put premium on, things that can trim time but also create memories. There's nothing wrong with having a premium on that. But I think by just going through those 5, we're showing that we still are financial
That's
mutants.
right.
And that's what I know we attract a lot of you guys. And I would encourage you, if you watch this, first, subscribe to the channel, on YouTube. But then the second thing, I know a lot of you are like, ooh, I've got an idea that I do too that's a tightwad habit that even though I'm worth $1 gazillion, I still do this. Share it with us down in the comment section. I want this to be a section where we can all kind of share things that we're doing that kind of still lets us feel connected. But the big takeaway is to know every dollar is valuable. It's a resource. And what we've noticed from working with successful people for 30 plus years now, if you combine us.
That's right.
I didn't want to make us seem all too old. Is that successful people share a lot of the same traits.
That's
and a
exactly
lot of
right.
those same traits is that they do value the what a dollar, how far it should go, and making sure that you're not squandering any opportunities. So take that with you, and then I hope you enjoy the content. If you do like it and you go, man, this is awesome, this free content that these guys are sharing, what's the catch? The catch is we're doing this completely free with the understanding that if you get to the point that you're successful, you need a second opinion, you want somebody to look at what you're doing with your assets, consider going to the next level with us. Consider reaching out, pay us back by giving us a shout out on the contact page. Go to moneyguy.com. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in.
If you do have any questions or if you want to provide some thoughts for us, hashtag Ask the Money Guy on all your favorite social media. We will answer your questions, give you a shout out. We love doing it.
Good catch, Bo. I'm your host, Brian Preston, Mr. Bo Hanson. We'll talk to you soon.